Pow wow, yo, yippee, yay, guys. Power number 37, and I'm super excited to be with you guys. As always, we're going to dive into the love of the community, talk about what's happening on SwissBorg Network, and more importantly, talk about Phaver, obviously the social fi revolution right at your fingertips about to happen, talk about the Borg with Aurélien, a wonderful guest, and talk about some earn strategies as well. As you guys know, by the way, my name is Cyrus Vizel. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. And right out the bat, pour toutes les personnes qui sont à Paris, je vais être à Paris dans quelques minutes. Je vais prendre le train. Et demain, nous allons en event. Donc, s'il vous plaît, rendez-vous demain au Outpost pour un event qui va être super cool. Thank you very much, Gridmaster, for asking to figure out what is the clear roadmap. I think so. We took off the clear roadmap thing because it's a bit like if you're showing a movie and then essentially you know what's going to happen. So we try to, in some way, have, we changed a bit as well, probably in terms of building a roadmap. So we have a lot of different elements that are in the roadmap. And if you guys remember, we had a clear presentation for the Series A, and there's a lot of different things on the roadmap itself. And the idea here is to say, okay, you have a core roadmap that you have to build, whether it's for regulation, security, scalability, and those things are like things you're mandatory, right? And then what you want is based on the current cycles, you want to essentially be able to prioritize different things. So it's like a core satellite type approach, like investing. And that's really what we're doing right now. So that's why, like, for example, we really did favor auto invest because we think so this is a time of accumulation, so it's going to be easy. We have been able to really develop different thematics that are really strongly, like, one are lowly correlated to the markets, and the other one is really capturing the better and the best of the markets. We're trying really to build more sustainable investment products and investment services that are based with trends. And, you know, again, with alpha vaults and social fi, how this is right timing to get into these early projects, because if they do carry during the bull cycle, and if they are in the top, or even if they're in the middle of the bull cycle, these tokens are going to go exponentially, you know, much higher from what they are today. They could go 10x, 20x, like have we seen in past cycles. So these are exactly the reasons why we're doing this. And so for having clear roadmap, I don't think so we're gonna unveil the whole thing because it's good to keep some surprises and to make sure that you're listening to the powwow. Market update. I think so. This is good to understand what's happening on the macro side. Well, there's China that is really trying to purchase more and more gold, and you're even seeing different price between the bullion price and the Chinese gold. So that's one of our things. So it's quite interesting to see that you see in these angles right here. There's actually a decorrelation, and that Shanghai's prices is actually 10% higher than what's traded in the bullion exchange in UK. Most probably, I think so, there's definitely this new tension between the dollar and the renminbi, and I think so a lot of people are trying to say that, well, why would you trade the renminbi if they're holding essentially mainly U.S. treasuries? If they do change from U.S. treasuries to go into gold, that will show that their reserve currency will have maybe a stronger note on the global level. That's, I think, what I believe in. And there's a second thought here, which is very interesting. It's about BTC. And what we like to see in BTC is to see we're in a bear cycle if there's a realized loss, and we are in a bull market or starting a bull market when we see that people are selling Bitcoins and a profit. And the ratio has just flipped recently. And I think so this is something to really look very carefully, which means that if there's more green than red, that means that we will get into a phase where people are taking not only profits, but we'll see more money coming into the space. So this is probably something that will help a lot. And that's, since mid-July, things has been on the positive side, which is really sure. But obviously, there's still some uncertainty because, you know, there is a little drop that has happened just right here. And we're still not in a macroeconomic, favorable condition. Product question of the week that we do internally. So we're trying to literally favor and voice up people. And the main thing here is that as the main lucrative business that we have around SwissBorg is execution fees. Really the fact of using a smart engine, people trading, that's what most crypto essentially exchanges and as well companies are really making is about transactions. And transactions happen when there's more volatility. The more there's volatility, the more there's users, the more there's AUM, assets under management, the more essentially you make volume and the more you make money. Right now, people are talking internally, trying to figure out why we don't have trailing stops market orders or trigger orders. And I'm trying to give the question back to you. So a lot of people are using right now price alerts, but only 10% of those price alerts are converted into actually actions. So that means that rather you say, I want to buy this at a certain price or sell at a certain price, people, only 10% are actually doing it. I know, for example, for me last week, when Solana went under $19, I did buy back. I'm doing DCA, auto invest on Solana every day. But on the top, I said, okay, this now is lower than the $20 that I wanted. It was actually lower than 19. So I said, like, you know what? I'm going to double up my position on this one. And like that, I'll have an average price of let's say 20. And I would say by $100, so 5x from now, I will at least sell 20% of my soul. Like that, I'll be able to make sure that regardless of whatever is happening, I'll be in the money. So question back to you. If we had order limits, or at least have trigger orders where we say, like, I want to buy Bitcoin at 30,000, right? Or I want to sell Ethereum at 5,000. Will those be something that you would look into it? Would you be more very enthusiastic and use it? Second, if this happened in a like an MVP way, would it make sense that you still use it if this would be like, I want to sell Bitcoin at 30,000, buy Bitcoin at 30,000. If it buys at $30,100 or $29,800, would that spread still be okay with you? Because with these trigger orders, well, sometimes you're not able to execute, especially if these tokens are not quite volatile. Is that something that you'll still be happy about? Let me know in the comments here. Every other week, or every month at least, when we recruit people at SwissBorg, the idea is to let them to do a SwissBorg challenge and a cyber school graduation pitch. And this one is about having essentially a podcast. Question for you guys: how can we make this powwow a little bit better? I know the last week we have essentially great interventions of SwissBorg employees coming to talk about the progress that has been done with Danielle. What can we make? How can we make your lives better? How can we make it more enjoyable? Please let me know how we can make the powwow even better. Community member of the day, I had to do it's NB2BE. I think so. The love, the hearts that we've been receiving, it's been really, really cool. It really makes a lot of sense to highlight you, to follow you on Twitter, on Phaver, of course. You've been always here positive and keeping the love vibe as we like. Next community events, again, it's tomorrow. Scan it right away. Come to Paris. It's going to be a really, really cool one. It's about how finding the next crypto gems. It's all about ICOs. It's all about early projects, about the alpha opportunities. It's going to be held at the Outpost, which is in the center of Paris. It's really cool. There's going to be great speakers from Oxy Origin. There's going to be a great panel as well with a lot of different VCs of BPI, Rockaway, Pirate Labs, and of course, our wonderful Gregory from the Big Whale. So there's a lot of going to be great people. Ça sera en français. Yeah, there'll be, of course, a lot of swag. With that saying, man, we're talking about a lovely people. Now, Aurélien, it's all about the Borg. Tell me more about this.
Thanks, Cyrus, for letting me talk about the Borg migration. So, as you know, guys, Borg is coming. So, migration will be starting on October 17, and it will take up to 5 days. We need a bit of time to do everything into the app. So, if you have all your CHSB inside the app, it's going to be completely automatic, so nothing to do. If you have your CHSB into a wallet, a non-custodial wallet, you will have an on-chain migrator directly available at the start of the migration, where you could migrate your CHSB to your Borg token. So it's coming soon. In terms of DeFi, so we've talked about this for quite a long time with the Borg token. So as we announced already, the yield is coming back in Q4 23 and Q1 24. We are still working on this, and we are working on the new utilities. You may know that the yield is really the final destination regarding DeFi. So as we speak, we are working currently on trying to build those bricks, those Lego bricks, to make sure that we have the yield at the end. But those bricks will be usable by you, and it will become new utilities. So it's coming soon also, and we are working on this. And the last topic is really the multi-chain thing. So as we said, we really, as SwissBorg, want to be at the center of the ecosystem, you know. And our goal with the multi-chain is really trying to push our Borg token onto those ecosystems. So the token is already compatible with some solution from the market, but now we have some steps to do to make sure that everything is working correctly. And this is what we do currently. So it's really like at the technical level. We are also speaking to some players and ecosystem in the game, you know, but it should be coming also soon. I don't want to announce anything now. But yeah, Borg is coming. We are quite happy about it, that now we have the final migration date, and you should be able to play with your Borg token in the app and outside the app. Thank you, Sai.
Thank you very much, Aurélien. Exactly. The Borg is really something that we really want to grow, and that we really believe that, you know, even if today we're not in top 50, we're going to get to there. I think so. Bringing more and more utility to the SwissBorg token is really what we've really have been trying to do since day one. Now it's a 6-year journey. And for that, I'm going to be very excited about something that we really tried to push internally, and we have tried, and it's all about essentially the SwissBorg heroes. And the heroes is really something that's fundamental for SwissBorg, because of course it's easy to you know, enjoy SwissBorg, right, when everything is shining and we're at $1.50. But is it the same thing when it's at 12 cents right today? Is it the same thing to build your wealth when it is the hardest times? And this is, by the way, the hardest times is when then it makes sure that in spring and summer you actually enjoy the best. So working the hardest and the strongest at this time will make you extremely wealthy going forward. And the SwissBorg Hero is really about that. It's really how essentially we could create this platform together on a meritocratic basis and reward you guys in the best way possible, but as well train you guys to become the best athletes, to get that little extra and to become extraordinary Borgers. And for that, well, the Hall of Fame is already now listed. As you can see here, so Joe 36, MG6, I know who that is right there, I think so. GUA, CH4A, MFCF, FRDP, GU, XEVAS4, JO, T5BE, VW, and the next top 20 until MIIK. And going forward, all of these top 100 people, you guys are all-stars. Congratulations to yourself. This is something that maybe for now, it just seems like a game. But going forward, you are tremendously going to bring in a big amount of wealth, and to train yourself to become really these super athletes. And for that, what I think so, what we really want to show is these top 100 people are going to have a guaranteed slot into the Phaver best condition as well, a guaranteed slot. And then the top 1,000, there will be a slot for you guys as well. So all these people that are here, congratulations. It means a lot that you guys got to this step, which is really, really cool. And yeah, congratulations. This is really something that's going to bring, again, another new strong utility to the SwissBorg token. But as well to really compensate in a meritocratic way the hard work that you guys are putting in these difficult times. Building wealth is always to take the opportunity in a crisis or right after the crisis. We are right now after the crisis, just about to plant the best seeds able to grow in a sustainable, wealthy way. So congratulations to you. If you guys don't know what's essentially The hero score, there's more here about that. It's about earning the yield as well and best strategies that go with it. It is as well to have a diversified portfolio with the thematics. And 71% of top heroes invest into the Web 3 thematics on a weekly basis, such as myself, by the way, which is really good. 91% of top heroes earn daily yield on their SwissBorg portfolios, so making sure you're really using your crypto at the best way possible. And of course, making sure that you are a Borger and that you bring a lot of confidence even in this turbulence market. So again, for that, congratulations to the heroes and the hero Borgers. Yeah, great work. Phaver early deal is happening on the 21st on this Thursday. So 2 days from now, there's going to be different vaults going to be held in the entire day of Thursday. Things are going to go crazy. There's going to be obviously first for the top SwissBorg 100, even better conditions right now. There's a lockup of essentially 24 months, which is really good. The thing is that you'll be eligible almost 1,000. Obviously, you'll have even on top of that, if you've done quests, you'll be eligible to get more than that. The great thing about these quests is that you get 10% to 20% more essentially of tokens that will be rewarded right after the TG, I think so 6 months or just at the TG itself, sorry. So that means that's a really, really good time to get the tokens and to protect your investments if you need so. We'll then favor the Phaver, we will favor the Phaver L4. Level 4 is people got to L4, which are the top 1% of super users. Phaver will be able to get in the second vault. Same there, $1,000 will go to them. Then we'll go to top 1,100 heroes. And that's why heroes is so important and really rewarding the right people. SwissBorg for that will invest up to 750. This time is first come, first serve. This is very important. Then it's Phaver 3 level, level 2, level 1, and then old users. And this is in SwissBorg tokens, which is going to be great. And it goes down from 200, 150 to 100 to eventually 75. Please remind yourself the first 2 vaults is guaranteed. The other vaults are only first come, first serve. So there'll be some frustration. So look at your app at all time, be able to press on that button as soon as possible and make sure that you're part of the wonderful Phaver opportunities and getting into the early investment for Phaver. Upcoming strategies, I think so it was maybe talked about last week, but again, GLMR, Atom, and DOT, there's high staking here. Essentially the cooldowns though, it goes from 2 weeks to 3 weeks to 4 weeks. This is essentially really good. There's no lockup, there's no maximum. So put all your staking tokens there. It is the minimum risk on staking because it's really protocol staking level. There's no yield farming around that, so it's the minimum risk for this. And it's a great way to be part of the validation and to be part of the governance of essentially these different protocols. CHSB data, of course. This is one of the last one, by the way. Great that we saw 380 plus new premium users, which is really, really great. Pretty much everything else is stable. We do have, though, now over 150,000. Yes, we made it into the app, which is really good. With that, the community score, community index, which is revolved back to the previous one, the one we really, really enjoyed, didn't do too well because the week before it was actually a great one. So that activity has slowed down in social a bit as well. Invitations too. Okay, I think so the week before was a bit high, with obviously Phaver coming to attention. Another week making history again, being able to finally defy the VCs, trying to bring the best opportunity in the world to get into Phaver, the best price, the best conditions. I think so this is something that we are finally showing to the world, that the best way to democratize Web3 is to bring super users from essentially Phaver and super users to SwissBorg and converge together to create that infinite circle of that infinite virtuous cycle of really creating people that are not only investing, but becoming as well big fans of Phaver. To be honest, in the last month, a month ago, Phaver, I want to be very clear, I didn't think it was that great. Now with all the The new content that's brought by Borgers, brought a lot of other people, is just growing, is really, really great. The fact of getting to level 2, hopefully in other levels, gives you more powers of staking and be able to really get more points, and accumulate these points that will be rewards going forward. I think so. The fact of having credentials, but for example, SwissBorg Prometheus, but other different NFTs as well, something great. Having the SwissBorg tokens as well, enabling get more credential. It's really creating this path of this Web3 identity. And what the beauty of that is that SwissBorg is controlling that narrative. So many other different ecosystems are saying like, oh, these guys at SwissBorg, they're really bringing not only the best project, but really the community to grow into these different ecosystems. I think so this is really the fundamental point, which is that we are writing history. And thanks all to you. So again, be healthy, be wealthy, love our CHSB and our equity, and see you tomorrow in Paris. Take care, guys. Bye.
Through SwissBorg, all assets will have a fiat gateway. And here is the thing.
Premium features gives you zero fee trading.
It's an amazing fiat gateway.